Part 2. Then we have the eagerly anticipated contest between Samoa Joe and Kevin Nash. My first thoughts on this match were, given the strength of feeling that's supposed to be involved, given that they both promised to deliver, incredible violence upon each other, and given that both participants are really limited right now, Kevin Nash because he's always been limited, and Samoa Joe because, his knees hurt and he's overweight. Shouldn't this be a no disqualification match? I think that makes sense, but for some reason it's not. Not that that matters, because Joe hits Nash with a chair, and the referee does nothing. That stupid referee, Andrew Thomas again. This was okay. This wasn't offensive, but it wasn't good at all. Joe is really limited right now. His offense is mainly kicks, and he does a reasonable job. For all you guys at home, for anyone who's sitting there thinking, oh, Samoa Joe's such a rubbish wrestler, he's so sloppy, I much prefer Triple H, he never messes up any of his 3 moves. Well, you can fuck off, alright? Samoa Joe's a great wrestler. And anyone who's thinking of writing in the comments, oh, Samoa Joe's fat, alright? Okay, save your breath, okay? Save that wit of yours for your next wine club, alright? Because I don't want to hear it. Anyway, yeah, so having said that, Samoa Joe's not very good in this match at all. Mainly kicks. I won't tell you what Nash does in terms of offense because you know already. It's the same 5 moves he's done his whole entire fucking career. Nash goes for the jackknife early. Samoa Joe reverses it into a heel hook type submission, and then basically the story of this match is that Joe can't lock in the rear naked choke on Kevin Nash because he's too big and too strong, which, is basically the storyline from Big Show versus John Cena at Judgment Day. Why anyone would want to copy the booking of that match, I have no idea. But anyway, eventually Joe locks in the rear naked choke. Nash taps out. After the match, Joe attacks Nash with some elbows and then spits on Nash while the crowd chant overrated. I don't think anyone's rating him particularly highly right now to begin with. And then Scott Steiner walks in and to tend for the injured Kevin Nash to show just how kind and family-like the main event mafia are compared to the horrible people that are in the front line. God, who are the heels and who are the faces now? Who knows? Then we have the British Invasion versus Beer Money. Now, for them to put what is essentially a mediocre tag team encounter this high up on the card shows that TNA is really pushing this idea that they're the place where tag team wrestling is great again. And we get a Team 3D promo which effectively says that before the match. Then Team 3D come down to commentate on the match. The commentary on this match is actually quite intrusive, I thought. Don West and Team 3D were going a bit too far together and just totally forgot to call the match, which is, I really hate when they do that. They do that on most Impacts. They just talk about storylines while matches are going on. They're like, there's the ending. But that was kind of annoying. Basically, Beer Money are so over, and they really get the crowd into it. This is probably the most the crowd was into anything all night. So, for that reason, it was enjoyable. Also, with Beer Money, basically you're going to get a lot of crotch-based moves, and that's kind of what happened. Doug Williams did a nice move. He did basically the go-to-sleep, but instead of with his knee, he did it with a European uppercut, which I thought was kind of cool. Beer Money's did some nice tag team moves. They did a Hurricane Rana followed by a Frog Splash, which I thought was quite good. The British Invasion's big man, Rob Terry, got evicted from ringside after having cost Beer Money the match once, and Beer Money eventually win when Doug Williams goes in to hit James Storm with the Feaster fired briefcase, and Robert Roode is about to takes the briefcase off him. James Storm super kicks Doug Williams to the back of the head, and Robert Roode hits him with the briefcase. That's the end of the match. Basically, it's right the Beer Money won because they are much better, but why? What was the point in the whole storyline between Team 3D and the British Invasion? And also, why are the British Invasion in the finals when you've got LAX, the Motor City Machine Guns, No Limit, and someone else good, I'm sure. Lethal Consequences, they're quite good. But anyway, at this point, the pay-per-view's been okay. Pretty much all the finishes have suffered for something stupid, and I knew it would basically come down to the last 2 matches as to how good this pay-per-view was. The next match is the I Quit match between AJ Styles and Booker T. I Quit matches are very difficult. They have really difficult psychology, and you barely ever see a very good one. And I thought this was pretty good. They got the balance just right here. I really enjoyed this. At the start, AJ Styles locked in a sort of submission hold. I don't know what you call it. They called it a modified version of an Indian Deathlock, which is basically what they say when they don't know what it is. But it was kind of like a Muto lock as well, the way he bridged. But yeah, that was good. Booker T showed that really he has no kind of submission arsenal by AJ Styles having to sell a key lock, which Booker T does in every single match as though it was a submission hold. This match was just really good though. It turned around when AJ Styles, Booker T just threw him up against the ropes, I think, and then he kicked him off the apron, and AJ Styles landed on his throat on the guardrail, and then Booker T started working the throat with knees and kicks, and he started choking AJ. That was all really quite good. Yeah, it was just going really well. It was getting very aggressive. Both men were clearly exhausted, but they went through a long sort of punch phase, and then they went through into the mounted punches, and they were just, the referee was constantly asking, do you quit? And they were both like, no, I don't quit. And Booker T just came off looking like, really strong from this match, because AJ Styles, alright, Booker T is about to hit the axe kick, but doesn't realise Charmel is up in the apron. I don't know quite how he didn't realise, because he was looking straight at her, but he didn't realise. And he's about to hit the axe kick on AJ Styles, but of course doesn't. Charmel's distraction causes Booker T to be locked in AJ Styles' armbar. Booker T refuses to quit, and then Jenna Maraska runs in. What the fuck kind of decision was this? Jenna Maraska runs in with a towel and just throws it in. Can you lose an I Quit match by someone throwing a towel in? I thought that was just a submission match. I don't know, but it's just ridiculous. No one wants to see this. Just make someone quit. I mean, who cares? But yeah, Jenna Maraska, and she makes some kind of argument that she was trying to protect her investment. Anyway, I'm going to do a part 3. I'll do the main event and just the general overview in part 3. Okay, turn over to that.